Hey quilters, in today's show we're going to show you how to make a mug mat just in time for fall weather. Hey quilters, welcome to AccuQuilt Live. I'm Pam Hiller, AccuQuilt's cutting expert. Thanks for joining us today. All right, we have a new co-host in the studio. He's been here a couple of times filling in, and now he's our co-host, and I'm super excited. Welcome to the co-host chair, Mr. Brock.
Hello.
Hello, he knows where it is. All right, Brock is here to answer all of our questions. And what is your title, Brock?
Oh, so many.
Mr. Do All Things.
Mr. Do Everything.
There you go.
Production coordinator of live events.
Yes.
Director of live events.
Yes. Fan of Star Wars.
Knower of movies.
That is true. Every Tuesday we have Tuesday trivia on movies, and 99.9% of the time Brock knows. That's good. What else? Tell our quilters what else if they're just tuning in for the first time and have not seen you.
Well, first of all, where have you been?
We've been here for years.
Yeah, gosh. But welcome, I suppose.
Yeah.
I'm usually not on the camera, but it's fine. I'm going to do it for a little while, and we'll see how it goes.
We'll see how it plays out.
How long it takes for everyone to realize I shouldn't be doing this every week, but here we go.
Here we go. Okay, and then Brock, if people needed to know one thing about you, what would that one thing be?
One thing?
Just one thing.
The movie thing is a pretty big thing.
Yeah, the movie thing is true.
Although I'm not allowed to show logos, I was told.
He is not.
So that's why the hat's backwards, so you don't know what it is.
Yeah, so you can't see
the logos. But if you know
logos.
me, you know what it is.
He is a big fan of baseball. Brock and I, we love baseball. All right, so where is everybody watching today? Kathy is watching from Manitou Beach, Michigan. Cindy's watching from Mound City, Missouri. I was just there in Missouri Star Quilt, driving on the way home. Hi from Tremper, New York. Hi, Sanders from there. All right. Let's showcase the new projects from our intro video. First up, we have Penny W. This is super cute. Oh, hi, there I am. Brock, he was talking. Okay, so this is a super cute June Taylor mug rug, which is what we're gonna make today. But Brock, what hat did she use from the top of that? What dye?
It's the gnome hat.
It is our gnome hat and a gnome nose. Super cute. I like that a lot, Penny. All right, next we have Victoria C. And this is absolutely stunning. She used strips and probably cubes to make this. The center, I assume, is a panel, but it's just absolutely gorgeous. Good job. All right, quilters, here is the photo of the day. Okay, I am a huge fan of hot chocolate. But it has to be good hot chocolate. I'm just saying, it can't be kind of mediocre at best hot chocolate. I love hot chocolate. And even though we're talking about fall today, in some parts of the country it's fall. Here in Nebraska, not so much. All right, so here's the question of the day. What is your favorite hot beverage? Let us know in the comments section. Brock, favorite hot beverage?
I'm not a hot beverage person. I don't drink
Welcome
coffee
to the show,
or
Brock.
hot chocolate or anything, so.
What is your favorite cold beverage?
Probably like a soda.
Soda.
Soda pop of some kind.
With ice?
It depends. Is it already cold?
Yes, but I always have to have ice regardless.
That's weird. I don't. If anything, I prefer it to be less ice because then it just doesn't get watered down.
Oh, well, there you go. All right, so in the comments section, Brock will tell us, what is your favorite hot beverage? All right, quilters. Today, I'm giving away one of our Go Tea Party dies and a June Taylor Quilt in a Day mug mat kit. Look at both of these things are coming to you. So be sure to register for future events on the AccuQuilt event page for your chance to win. By registering, you'll receive event emails. That way you'll never miss an exciting tutorial. And Brock will announce the winner of our registered viewer at the end of the show. And you get both of these things. I'm super excited, okay? The Quilt and Go Mug Mat Kit is available from the AccuQuilt website. It's under the June Taylor tab on our website. And it's super cool because it has 3 different patterns to choose from. And we'll talk today about the one that I chose because it's going to be fun. You're going to love it, okay? So before we start sewing our mug mats, let's look at our tea party die. All right, so here we are. So it comes with the teapot and the lid, and then the tea bag tag and the tea bag. It is on a 6x12 die board, so it's going to fit through all of our cutters, including that Go Me. Those 4 unique shapes, first of all, you would never cut them by hand, but they also pair perfectly with the Go Coffee and Tea Medley die. And before we get started, we have some new for-purchase embroidery designs available on the website. So let's look. Okay, remember quilters, all of our applique shapes come with 3 free stitches, downloadable. So here's the satin stitch, the the motif stitch, and the blanket stitch. But we have some super cool ones that are for purchase now, so look at this. So this is the Merry Christmas teapot. Look at how cute this is, and this is actually the tea tag. And these are from our good friends at Specialty Designs. I really like this one. Here's one from our good friends at V-Stitch. Kind of perfect with this little pretty stitch there on the side. Here's another one for Specialty Designs, has a little snowman. Perfect for like hot chocolate. And V-Stitch did this one. And this, Brock, do you know what die this is down here? Can you see?
Flowers.
Flowers, funky flowers.
Funky flowers.
To be exact, yeah. All right, now this one is really fun from Specialty Designs. It has a quilt block on it. Okay, Brock, for extra points, do you know which block it is? I'll hold it up for you. It's after a state.
I don't know.
Ohio Star.
That's, sure.
Sure, that's right. I love it when he says that to me. All right, look, this is another one from V-Stitch. Again, the cute little tea bags are hanging out. I really like this fabric. So be sure and check out all these little fun embroidery designs. Hey, is it still National Sewing Month? Are these still 20% off on our website?
I believe so.
Yeah, so today's a really great day to download them. So here's some additional designs with the Coffee and Tea Medley die. So here's the little to-go cup. Here's the little pumpkin spice. I like this one a lot, and I feel like now we should have had donuts. Oh gosh, another donut one. Oh, 3 in a row for sure we should have had them. And this is from V-Stitch, and look at how cute these are. I love how these are the same, and then the backgrounds are the same. So check them out on our website. We have lots of new embroidery designs. In fact, we upload new designs all the time. So you should kind of look at your applique dies and go, oh, I wonder if there's any new designs. All right, quilters, so let's cut some teapots. I just need one for my project. So I have already pre-fused cotton fabric. Remember, you can cut up to 6 layers of pre-fused cotton, but you could also use flannel or felt or wool. I mean, I just think it's super fun, okay? So I've pre-fused my fabric for both the top and the teapot. Now today we're making fall mug mats, but you could totally change up the fabric for a season. Like, for example, does your guild do holiday gift exchange? You could make a set of Christmas mats. You could make them for Easter, for Valentine's Day. Those possibilities are endless. All right, so I'm gonna put a mat on it. Remember, it's gonna fit through all of our cutters, but today I'm gonna use the Go Big. We have a new design on our set, so I get to use that. Ta-da. All righty, we're going to slide this mat, don't lift. And now we have our teapot and our top, okay? So we're going to set, thank you. We're going to set this aside for a minute because we're going to add it to our mug rug here in just a few minutes. Okay, Brock, before I go on any further, what are people's favorite hot beverages?
Oh, we've got some answers. It didn't take long for them to file in. So
No, I'm sure not.
just rapid fire a few of these. Clovis likes hot chocolate.
Okay.
Tracy Whittington, hot tea.
Oh, there you go.
Linda, hot cocoa before bed, which I feel like would keep you up.
I feel like the sugar and the chocolate would keep you awake, but go for it.
Maybe you've got you got a system. Cindy Wilson, hot Dr. Pepper with a slice of lemon. Now I've heard that is a thing, hot Dr. Pepper. I first heard it from the movie Blast from the Past, starring Christopher Walken and Brendan Fraser.
And when did it release?
Like 1999, I think.
This is why he's
90s.
here today.
But yeah, there's a joke of like, oh, they drink hot Dr. Pepper. I don't know.
Have you ever tried it?
I've never tried hot Dr.
With
Pepper.
lemon?
With a slice of lemon.
Kenyon, have you ever done, have you, Greg?
No.
No one knows. But okay, I feel like that's a thing and we should try it.
Maybe. So Mary Lynn also likes hot tea. Rhonda Alberts, black coffee, just hot black coffee.
Hot black coffee. That's what my grandpa used to
Sandra from Kansas, another big coffee. Lots of coffee fans. Lots of herbal teas of different kinds. Barbara Ricker likes caramel coffee. Hot caramel coffee.
Okay, I don't drink coffee, but sometimes I love the smell of coffee. Like, for example, when I was a child, when we would go visit my grandma, her house smelled like strong hot coffee because she had it in a kettle in a percolator or whatever that was called, and bacon. So when I smell strong hot coffee, man, that fast, I'm back at my grandma's house.
Coffee and bacon, breakfast of champions.
Let us know in the comments. What else?
Penn like McDonald's hot chocolate with whole milk is amazingly yummy, she says.
Okay.
Marty T, apple cider, hot apple cider.
Oh, that's a big fall thing.
Jane C, peppermint mocha.
Oh,
Mocha.
I bet it smells delicious.
I bet it's divine.
I am now intrigued by hot Dr. Pepper. We'll have to try some. All right. Keep telling us in the comments section so Brock will let us know. All right, so for the Quilting Today mug mats, guess what you get to use? 2.5-inch strips, which means I can cut all the strips for my mug mats using the Go 2.5-inch strip die. And this is the pattern that I'm going to use. It's called Rail Fence. It's one of the 3 different patterns you can use. And in this package, there are 3 different ones. So you could make different ones for everybody. All right, so we're going to look at this in just a second, but we're going to use 2.5-inch strips, which I think is perfect, okay? So let's cut some strips. Now, I'm going to talk about our 2.5-inch strip die because I spent a couple of days, well, I was in Grand Rapids, which is in Michigan, and then I was in Hamilton, Missouri at Birthday Bash for Missouri Star Quilt. And I showed lots of people our strip die, and I think there's a little, I think people are a little intimidated. So kind of let's look at this die, okay? First of all, it only has 4 blades. 1, 2, 3, 4. No blades down here, no blades down here. Now, typically we tell you to cut your fabric lengthwise green, but this is the exception to the rule because quilters rough cut their fabric with the fabric, right? So 2.5, 2.5, and 2.5 is 7.5 inches. So I've rough cut my fabric 8 inches. I just want to add 1/4 inch on either side, okay? I always cut off my selvage because you're going to cut it off anyway, okay? You want to make sure this fold is parallel to that black line, okay? And Brock, how many layers of fabric can we cut of cotton?
6.
6. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to put the mat on because nothing happens without a mat. And the 2.5-inch strip die fits in the Go, this size, in the Go and the Go Big. But Brock, do we have one for the Go Me?
We do.
We do. And how many strips does it cut?
2.
2.
All right, we've got a few more drinks here.
Okay, let's talk about them.
So Pat likes hot tea or mulled cider.
Oh, okay.
Michael S, hot buttered rum.
Oh, wow. That's fancy.
That's interesting.
I bet she drinks that before she goes to bed.
Ooh, so Kristen Greenlaw, hot cider with Fireball.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Hey, you do you.
You do you. I love it. Okay.
See, Pamela Jennings likes good hot cocoa with peppermint and marshmallows.
Oh, there you go.
Always gotta mix those things together. Jenny Gantz likes hot cider, but it's gotta be when it's snowing. Apparently hot cider is not good unless it's not snowing.
Okay, there you go.
It's not, yeah, I think I said that right. Judith A. Thorpe, vanilla iced coffee.
Oh, wow.
I don't understand how that's hot if there's ice, but
Right?
you know what?
But maybe she likes a cold drink like you. Maybe she doesn't
Yeah.
really want hot drinks
And let's see, Rose Farmer just says coffee all day long.
all day long, every day, all day,
All
every
day,
day.
every day.
Okay. All right, now we've cut our strips, and I have some more that I cut, okay? Now, the pattern will tell you to cut them down, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm just gonna rough cut them, okay? And I kind of like to lay out my strips here, okay? So you can do that. You can rough cut them however you want to do it. But before I get started, I want to attach my little batting to my backing, okay? So on our website, we sell this great stuff. It's called quilt basting spray. And you just want to give it a few puffs. You do not want to spray it all the places. And of course, I chose backing that had words on it because you know how I love words. So I need to make sure I lay this lined up with the words. Okay? And what this is going to do, it's going to allow you to sew your pieces on, okay? And then it's not going to move, which is super cool, all right? So now that I've added my backing, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to find 4 little pieces of fabric here, and I'm just going to rough cut them just like I did the one before. And I kind of like to see how it looks before I get all into it, because maybe I want to rearrange. Like, see, I don't want to put those two together, right? Okay. Maybe what I can do now, and we'll keep going. So Brock, any other people telling us what they like to drink that's hot?
Yes, we do. So Connie Winkler, coffee and chai lattes.
Okay.
Debbie, campfire coffee. Now,
What is campfire
I don't know
coffee?
if that's a brand or if she just likes to drink coffee by a campfire.
I feel like she just wants to be,
Maybe it's both.
maybe. Okay.
Carol Yamola, hot toddy. Tea
Oh, there's
with
the
honey,
second
lemon,
one.
and a generous shot of bourbon.
Generous. No skimping there.
Can't skimp on the bourbon.
Okay.
Patty, like during the holidays, I love hot chocolate with peppermint and Bailey's cream.
Oh.
Got some drinkers.
We have some really
I like
good.
it. Let's
I
go.
feel like they're drinking and sewing. I wonder how their sewing's working after they've
They're
been
making
drinking.
wonky hearts, but they're not intending to.
Otherwise known as the crazy quilt. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. You're going to notice this is numbered. Thank you to the good people of June Taylor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now you're going to notice that 1 is a little bit wider. That's because 1 is where you start, and 1 is a 2.5-inch strip. Okay, so watch this. So I took a little glue, because they have June Taylor glue, okay? And it's just gonna help hold this in place. Now, quilters, this is what's really important, okay? This is not the sewing line. You're gonna put your 1/4 inch foot and sew inside a 1/4 inch seam. Okay, so when I do this, now I'm gonna put right sides together, and then I'm gonna come right here, and I'm gonna sew a 1/4 inch strip, okay? So it's not hard at all, and it's actually super fun. This would be a great project if you were just starting to quilt. Maybe you have some children or grandchildren or teenagers that are just starting to quilt. This is a great project for them. Okay, and I'm going to stitch to the end. Okay, so I'll show you. I'm going to move my shoes here. So I'm going to stitch to this blue line right here. So I started at this blue line, stopped at this blue line, and now watch this. See, now it fits. Okay, these are because we've added that 1/4 inch seam allowance. All right, so now I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to come right here with my next strip, and I like to give this little one a glue base down, just to help it keep secure while I'm sewing the rest of that, okay?
Falls into a question that we had from
Yes.
Patty Allen. She was wondering about the glue and if you are able to use it on these June Taylor products.
Yes, you are. And they say June Taylor glue sticks on them, so yeah, for sure. Okay, remember the blue line, that is not what you sew on. The blue line is to tell you where your 1/4 inch seam is. The top and bottom lines tell you where to start and stop. Okay. So Brock, do you have a favorite season besides like baseball season? Like a true season?
Yeah, I'm one of the weird ones. I'm like late fall into winter.
Yeah.
I like it cold.
Yeah.
I don't like to sweat, and I do it when it's not very warm outside.
Yeah. I love winter if it like snows.
If it was warmer and didn't snow.
If it was warmer and didn't snow. I do love summer because I can work out outside, but I do love winter if it snows. What I hate is when it snows for like an inch and then it stops and then it's icy and it melts and, you know, it causes problems. If it's going to snow, it needs to snow like 2 feet. And speaking of sewing, or of snowing for 2 feet, when I was in Missouri Star this week, I met some quilters from Newfoundland. So I'm saying hi to the quilters from Newfoundland. They traveled a very long way.
Just for you.
Just to see me. And I feel like it really snows there. Right?
Probably. I mean,
Because
if
it's
nothing
north
else,
and
like
it's
lake
cold.
effect snowing.
Okay. Okay, look how fast I've sewed my 4 strips, okay? Now, you could continue sewing strips this way, but I want to have some real estate for my little teapot, okay? So I'm actually going to take a solid, okay, and I'm gonna come right here. And I like to trim with my little scissors right along this blue line so I know where the blue line is, okay? And then I can just have this whole big piece, and then I have lots of real estate for my, these are pretty close, for my teapot. So you could use like Christmas fabric, and you could have trees, you could have Santa's sleigh. Was it not Summer Santa who brought us the teapot die?
Yeah, that guy's amazing.
He is amazing. I tell you, talk about a guy who does it all,
No kidding.
right?
So we got another question here from Bonnie, who was, I was wondering about the length of grain rule when cutting strips. I cut strips yesterday for the first time, and it didn't seem to make sense cutting the fabric lengthwise.
Right, so strips are the exception to the lengthwise grain rule, because when you cut strips with the fabric. So normally we cut with lengthwise grain, but on strips, you just want it to be with the fabric. So don't worry about that lengthwise grain. But that's a really great question.
And we've got a couple other ones here quick.
Okay.
Answer quick. So Sharon had the question, I see you let the die follow through the cutting and drop out. Does it not need to be supported?
It does not. When it gets to the other side, if you're going to go big, it's going to stop. It's going to be there for 30 seconds or 30 minutes or however long you need it to be there. Okay, it doesn't hurt the cutter at all. That's a good question. People ask that a lot.
Michael S. has the question, why doesn't Pam use the thread cutter on the sewing machine? Clearly because she never thought of doing that.
Clearly because I did it. On the side, it cuts the thread on the side. It doesn't have a thread cutter on the machine.
No. We don't have those fancy
Now
sewing
I'm
machines
stressed.
like you do.
I know. Okay. I think that's a great question. Okay, so now I'm going to trim up my edges, and then I'm going to iron my teapot. Ooh, I should turn my iron on. Okay, so see how fast this was, truly. Quilters, you could do 1 million of these in a day. Well, probably not 1 million, but pretty close. Okay? So what you want to do is you want to come here. I just got to see if this is long enough. Oh, it is. Okay, so see the blue line here? That's where I'm going to trim. Okay? And I love it because it's super easy and super fast. And it's perfect for like jelly rolls, but just 2.5-inch strips. Okay? All right, Brock, while I'm trimming this up, tell us who is.
Yes, I will read some more of those here in a second. We do have a couple more questions.
Oh, good. We love questions.
And we've got this a couple of times, so I feel like we can knock out a few here in one thing.
Okay.
People are asking about using the glue stick and then sewing, and then does it mess up the needle? Does it stick to the needle? Does it gunk it? Do you have to replace
Nope,
it?
because that's a big question. The same with the basting spray. People ask me all the time, like, is the basting spray going to gunk up my needle as I sew through it? Nope, it is not.
Very good.
That's a great question, though.
So Denise would like to know when you're coming to the Daytona, Florida area.
I think I am going to AQS Daytona next year. So whenever that date is, I will probably be there.
All right.
Which is kind of fun.
Look out.
I think it's in February. When I went last year, it was fabulous because it was freezing cold in Nebraska. And in Daytona, they had the outdoor pool open for me, Brock, just for me.
Just for you?
Well, I was pretty sure the only person who used it. So, in fact, it opened early, like at 6 in the morning, and one of the maintenance guys came out to clean it, and he said, "Are you okay?" And I said, "Hey, where I live," it was like 72 degrees. I said, "Where I live, it is 34 below zero." He said, "You stay here all day if you want." So.
Yeah,
there we go.
It's kind of funny being in Nebraska and then traveling to other parts of the country that are less adept at dealing with cold and snow.
Yes, because we are cold and snowy.
All right, couple comments here.
Okay.
Janie says, Pam, me too. I don't like coffee, but I love the smell.
I do. I do.
Karen M, hot coffee is liquid life.
Okay, you need to embroider that on a shirt. Okay? That's hilarious. Okay, what else?
What else? We have another question here. So someone pointed out that you were just kind of finger pressing the fabric down onto the batting. Could you also not use one of our new magic seam wands?
I couldn't find the magic seam wand.
It's over there.
Oh, shoot. Brock did such a great job cleaning the Dream Studio. So this is the magic seam wand.
It's so clean, you don't know where anything is.
I don't. So yes, you could use the magic seam wand. It's really nice. Okay, that's a good question. What else?
Tracy is asking, at what age did Oakley start sewing?
Oakley started sewing when she was 6. When she was 7, I bought her her own sewing machine, and she is now 9. And when she first started, I would, this is such a great story. You know, she's short, and her little legs were short. And so I would put the pedal for the machine on a box so to be the right height for her. And then I just let her sew strips together. Just strips together. It was really fun.
Very nice. Very nice. So we have a kind of a two-part thing here.
Okay.
So Sue wanted to know, why not turn the fabric over so you can see the blue lines for cutting? And then one of our June Taylor experts popped in and said that we have people cut fabric to size so that you can use the blue lines for trimming as opposed to cutting or sewing.
Yes. Opposed to the Pam Heller way of just rough cutting them and then trimming them off.
That too.
Yeah. I love that we have June Taylor experts.
We do. And then we had one comment which made me laugh. So Patty pointed out that when you actually sew and drink, you're actually making the drunkard's path.
That's worth that. I love it. All right. So now, quilters, I have a lot of real estate here. Look at this. So now I'm going to just peel off my back, and while I do this, and I'm going to iron it down. Ooh, don't touch a hot iron to this batting before you're done. It will melt it. So, Brock, the question is, I bought an AccuQuilt cutter. Now what do I do?
Now you open it. Or, you know, you can make it more fun for yourself. So you get the cutter, you bring it home, you wrap it up like it's a Christmas present, and then you can just unwrap it again. And then boom, box open and cut away.
There you go. Pretend it's a gift to yourself. I like that a lot.
Maybe
Yeah,
pretend,
you know,
maybe it actually is a gift to yourself.
when both in Grand Rapids and when I was in Missouri, I met quilters who owned our product and had never taken it out of the box. And my comment to you is try. Just take it out and do it. It will be great. Okay? All right, so now my little teapot is here. And so now I can press him down. Okay, look at how cute that is. Okay. Ta-da, right there. So now what I can do is I can add binding, because quilters, what do we use to bind? 2.5-inch strips, right? So I have a whole bunch of extra. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find one that's long enough that I don't have to make 2, right? Like this one. Will it really? We're going to try. Otherwise, we can add it. You know what? We'll just sew 2 together, and then I don't have to worry about if it's long enough or not.
So this actually goes with the question we just got, actually.
Which is?
Karen wanted to know, she said, I'm doing a block of the month quilt, and I have no extra fabric for mistakes. Do I need to allow extra fabric using my strip cutter?
So, Karen, if you do some math in your head before you start, okay? You need to cut 8-inch strips to make 3 2.5-inch strips. So how many strips do you need for binding? Really depends on how big the quilt is. And then do a little math and make sure you have enough fabric. That's a good question. Typically, if you're doing a queen size quilt, 6 layers of fabric is enough binding for a queen size quilt. Okay. So now I'm going to take my little 2.5-inch strips. I'm going to fold them in half. I'm going to press them. Some quilters use 1 3/4-inch strips for their binding, but quilters, since you already have a plethora of 2.5-inch strips cut for your mug mats, just use 2.5. It'll be great. Okay? All right. And then I'm going to show you before I bind it how to do a little raw edge quilting. So just give me 1 second. All right, Brock, so while I'm ironing, Tell us what people are drinking.
So Marcia said she drinks black coffee with heavy cream and then my whiskey topping, which is dairy whipped topping. Just sounds fun when you can call it a whiskey.
Oh, there you go. That's hilarious. Some people put butter in their coffee.
That
I don't understand that, but that's okay.
All right, we got more questions coming in. These are
Okay, answer real questions.
Jenny wants to know what kind of sewing machine you got, Oakley. Says my 7-year-old wants one for Christmas.
Oh, that is a great question. I got Oakley a brother machine. Mine is a brother. Mine sews a straight stitch, but hers has some decorative stitches on it. And I'm going to tell you, quilters, don't spend a ton of money. I would go to your local, sewing or quilting shop, fabric store, and say that sells machines, and say, hey, I have a 6-year-old that wants to learn how to sew. Before I bought Oakley one, I wanted to make sure she was going to use it. And every time she came to the house, she's like, oh, Lola, can we sew things? So I felt like that was good. Okay, so I'm going to do a little top stitch around this, because we talk about that a lot, a little raw edge quilting. And I'm just going to do it here on my machine, and then we'll do some binding. So Brock, tell me questions or ask me questions while I do this.
Yeah, so we got a question here from Sandy G, who was wondering about what size the mug rug was, and they are 8x10s.
Oh, good. Thank you for knowing that.
Well, our June Taylor expert answered the question.
Excellent.
Which is not me.
Is that Caitlin?
It is Kate.
Hi, Caitlin. She is truly a June Taylor expert.
So Karen D wanted to know, you just, what was that you rubbed the teapot with?
What did I
rub it with something?
Oh, just like I pre-fused it
Ah.
with soft fuse, which is the fusible we use on our website, but you can use any kind of fusible you want to use.
Patty had a question about that fusible stuff. So can you pull the teapot or whatever you're fusing be removed to rearrange it if you don't get something on very straight?
No, once you iron it down, it's stuck. So make sure it's where you want it to be. That's a good question. What other questions do we have, Mr. Brock?
So apparently, a lot of people are wanting to know about me and my background with
Yay!
and I can tell you definitively that I once helped make a Thanksgiving placemat. And that is the extent of my sewing capabilities.
But Brock's mama, Mama Brock, is a big-time quilter.
Mama Brock, huge quilter.
Mama Brock is amazing.
So yes, multiple quilts a year.
Yeah.
Anything that needs to be done, yeah, she does that. So I'm aware, I'm familiar with everything.
Yes.
I just don't do it because I'm not good at it. But I am good at throwing sports balls, so that's why
Yes.
I do that.
And answering sports trivia questions.
Answering all kinds of
Have you ever won like a trivia contest?
Oh, many.
Many, really?
I used to frequent like bar trivias all the time, and I would walk in and other teams would go like, ugh. So,
See? Important skill set there.
important skill set, yeah. So we had a comment about the hot drinks from Darla Lawton.
Okay, Darla.
I can top anyone's thought about hot coffee. My dear husband roasts and grinds his own coffee beans from around the world. He is a snob when it comes to coffee. He has not found very many coffee shops as good as his. I don't like coffee, but the wonderful smell is all around the house. It was like perfume. I think I would wear it.
Oh my gosh, that's fabulous.
Would you wear coffee perfume?
No.
No?
But I love that she would. I love that she would. That's great. All right, so I just stitched around my little teapot. See, look, it just came around here. So now I'm going to start from the back, and I am going to add a binding. Oh gosh, where's Erica? Because I'm going to use pins. At least one. Thank you to Kenyon who picked up the pins who were here. So quilters, here's how I do binding. I cut that 2.5 inch strip. I folded it in half. I press this down so this is not a raw edge. Okay? Then I'm going to start here and I'm going to do a 1/4 inch seam and then I'm going to press it the other way to the front. And then I'm going to use this beautiful machine and press it down, or sew it down. When I come to the end, lift up my presser foot 45 degrees. And now I feel like I have to use the thread cutter. Okay. So I came to 45 degrees. I'll show you here, it's easier. Okay. Then I'm going to press it down 45 degrees, bring it here, and I like to give it a little press so it stays. And I'm going to do it to all of the sides. Roast his own coffee. That's amazing. I bet it does smell delicious in their house.
Question here from Celeste Burns. She wants to know what kind of batting is best for mug mats to protect the furniture under the mat from moisture. Is there a better kind than not?
Oh gosh. That is such a great question. Maybe Caitlin knows. I'm going to tell you that I typically use cotton batting because I'm going to wash it. Like Oakley is going to, you know, spill something on it or whatever, and I'm going to need to wash that mug mat or the snack mat. What is happening? Oh, it's sewing. But if I'm going to do something waterproof, like quilters, do you know you can cut cork with our dies?
Cork?
Cork.
You don't say.
How many layers can we cut, Brock?
I'd imagine one.
Just one. Yeah, so I would cut like cork, but then keep in mind, you can't wash it. But then it would protect your, like a coaster, right? It would protect your dining room table. Oh, it's a good thing I did that because look, it was just a little bit too short. Okay. All right, Brock, read us questions or tell us what people are drinking.
Question from Cheryl. What
Hi,
kind
Cheryl.
of iron are you using? I want one.
Oh, what iron am I using?
That's the Steam Fast iron.
Yeah, it is. And where can you get it?
On the AccuQuilt website.
You can, along with this little wool mat. They are perfect for your sewing room. I have one right next to my sewing table or my sewing machine so that I can just press little things at a time. But yeah, they're great. And Brock, do I ever use steam?
No.
None steam.
The steam amount used is 0.
Yes. How come? Do you know?
Because it warps the fabric.
It does. It does.
If you have warped fabric, you're going to have a bad time.
Well, so what if you're in space and it's warped? Is that different?
Why would it be warped in space?
Asking for a friend.
Why would it be warped in space?
Because they have like warp drive in space.
That wouldn't affect the fabric.
Just making sure. Making sure we all know things.
Listen, don't go off on a tangent about some like science fiction science with me if you're not going to like actually try to engage in the conversation here.
Unless I know what I'm talking about.
You can't just poke the bear and not expect him to get angry about it.
I just don't know. I don't know.
Everything within the ship would stay the same. No, you know, the people don't like get stretched when you go to warp drive.
I'm just
Watch
making
Star Trek.
sure.
Come on.
I've seen Star Trek. I know. All right. Hey, guess who was at Missouri Star Quilt?
Elvis.
No, but that would have been a really good guess. No, the female astronaut who is the quilter, I cannot remember her name, who went to the space station and quilted while she was in space. And she gave a presentation at Birthday Bash this weekend in Missouri. I did not get to hear her speak. I was working. But I heard she was fabulous. I think she should watch our show from space if she goes again. And then we can ask her about warp. Okay, so now I'm just pressing it away.
Karen Nyberg?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Look at Brock having a computer. Yeah, she was fabulous. Everyone said she was funny and intelligent, and she'd been quilting a long time, and so when she was in space, she just wanted to quilt. That's kind of her passion. And how difficult it was to quilt in space. So.
All right, we got an answer from Caitlin about the batting.
Hi,
so
Caitlin.
The June Taylor batting is 60% cotton, 40% polyester. That provides protection, but you can also use thermal batting if you were really nervous about using something.
Caitlin, knowing all the things. Good job.
And then SF Native Gal, I'm guessing San Francisco?
Oh, yeah.
San Francisco Native Gal?
Or
And a question
Santa Fe.
Could you incorporate a bit of lace in the project? To which Caitlin answered, you can decorate a quilt as you go with whatever embellishments you'd like after the piecing is done.
You can. You could add beads, all sorts of things. I love it. Okay, so I'm going to finish doing this. It's going to take me, I don't know, a minute and a half. I'm going to start here where I started my binding. See, look how cute that is. I'm going to like that. Take it home and put some hot cocoa on it. Okay. All right, Barack, any other comments?
Couple here. So Stephen from Fayetteville, North Carolina, he says,
Hi, Steve.
I was in the military for many years, and I learned to love coffee from all sorts of places. We often spent weeks at a time out in the middle of nowhere drinking rot gut and loved it.
Drinking what?
Rot gut?
Yes.
R-O-T-G?
Yes.
Rot gut?
Rot gut.
Is that a coffee type?
It's like
Or is that like
whiskey.
leftover coffee?
I think it's like whiskey, right?
Hey,
Tell us. He needs to tell us what that means.
yeah. Please explain rot gut for us.
Please, yeah.
And then Carol Doyle says she loves Swedish egg coffee around Christmas time.
Like eggnog, maybe, with coffee.
Probably.
Okay.
Question
Listen,
from,
quilters, you should all so be amazed that I am putting a binding on a project. Binding is like the bane of my existence.
It's true.
It is.
A question from Cindy Woods about the irons. Do you prefer the little iron, or would you rather use the little wand clover iron that we have?
Oh, I haven't used the clover iron in a long time. I prefer this one, but having said that, for applique, I like the clover iron because then I don't have to take things out of the hoop, and it does a really great job like getting those tiny little pieces down from like the flamingo or the mermaid. Ooh, which is the dye to try. Make sure if you haven't got our mermaid dye, you get one. So yes, I like this for every day. I like the shovel iron, the clover shovel iron for applique. One day, Brock, we're going to ask quilters how many irons they own, because I think you will be surprised by the number. Like, you should ask your mom how many irons she owns, because I think most of them own several.
Okay, so apparently rot gut is really bad coffee.
Oh. Well, I feel like if
sorry.
you're in the military, you don't have a say.
So the military definition according to Steven, would be coffee brewed so strong it tore up everybody's insides.
Okay.
It's like, why you choose to drink
Why you're
that
drinking
if
that,
it was gonna
Steve?
Do that? I guess it's like Taco Bell, though. You know, it's like, you know what it's going to do to you.
You know how it's going to be, yeah. And you choose to go there, so it's all good. I agree. That's good to know. Rot gut. I thought rot gut was like whiskey, so that's. Oh man, look at this. Super excited about this. Okay, I have a million strings. Okay, but look, put a little batting on it. Put a little top stitch on it. It's all ready to go. Look at how fun that is. Okay, so quilters, make you some mug rugs and be sure you share your finished projects with us on all of our social media platforms using hashtag AccuQuiltBuilt. All right, Brock, who gets to win our Tea Party die and our June Taylor kit?
So the winner of our double projects are, drum roll please. Oh wait, that's me now because I'm doing everything.
It's you now.
It is Mary L. from
Yay.
Louisville, Pennsylvania.
Congratulations, Mary L. You're going to love this. All right, quilters, as you know, we've added a variety of June Taylor products which are now available on our website. So we have table runner kits, mug rug kits, bigger quilt kits, all bags, lots and lots of bags. They're available along with like our basting spray and our seam wand and our glue stick and some other notions that you might need. But today is a special day because we're also launching some new product as well as June Taylor product on our website today. So let me show you. All right, hold on. Okay, first of all, we have cute little labels. Look at these. They come in an 8-pack and they have hearts and quilt blocks. Okay, put a label on your quilts, quilters. That's what you need. Our good friends from Hometown Leatherworks, you can now buy leather on our website. And this is leather that you can print on. So look at this. Here's some little cute pieces of leather that they printed on. And some keychains that I made when I was in Missouri. If you're at Missouri Star, Hometown Leatherworks is there as well. Okay, but watch, because I'm gonna show you how cool this is. Because I don't think quilters know that you can cut leather with our dies. So I'm gonna just use one layer, and I just want two little, so I'm gonna cut some flowers, okay? Just put my little mat on. Okay, you ready? Look at how easy that is. Okay, now I'm losing all my pieces. Look at how cute this is. Okay? So you could make, like, I made a little keychain. Here's a little luggage tag for my backpack. But you're saying to me, well, Pam, where's all the hardware from that? Well, Sally Tomato Hardware. Look at this. So this has the rings and the grommets and the chains for the bags. Look, just for Erica, the Eiffel Tower. These are like zippers. So all of these things are now available on our website. They just launched, I think just yesterday, right, Brock?
Very recently.
Yep. So check out our website because you really want to see what's new there. We are just allowing you to make fun bags and keychains and all the things. And don't forget, this month's die to try is the Mermaid King and Queen die. Here's a little sample. Look at how fun this is. Don't forget, this is only available till the end of the month or while supplies last. Make sure you get yours today. All right, quilters, did you have so much fun? I love making little snack mats, little mug rugs, all of those kind of things. On behalf of everyone who's offsite, so offsite today we have Katie and Caitlin, and who else is helping us? Courtney are helping us in the comments. Here in the Dream Studio, we have Greg and Kenyon and Brock, who does it all. And I'm Pam Heller. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. To learn more about your quilting craft, be sure to follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel for live events every Tuesday and Wednesday. You can check out the events page on the AccuQuilt website for more details on upcoming shows. And if you're looking for even more inspiration, visit our blog for exclusive tutorials filled with tips and tricks. And remember, at AccuQuilt, we help you cut time so you can quilt more. I need words. Hey, be sure to join us on Tuesday, October 3rd at 12 noon Central Time as we launch the October Die to Try. And be sure to return for next week's AccuQuilt Live as the Lovely and Erica and I start the final AQS AccuQuilt Along for 2023. We're using the Go Glorified 9-patch die.